Welcome back to the most professional StarCraft 2, where I'm always going to be excited to introduce to you the Zerg player in the red, the final boss, ranked #1 by Dark. It's Dark. And on the opposite side of the map, the only Protoss player in the world with over a 50% win rate against him, his nemesis, not the Protoss we deserve, but the one we need right now. It's herO, the smiling assassin. And an extra wrinkle in this best of 5, ZVP is up to 5 new battlefields. Yes, this is from the TLMC, the Team Liquid map contest, hosted by Wardi. Shout out to Wardi. Sponsored by Monster Energy. Shout out to Monster Energy. And appreciated by viewers like you. Shout out to you. And if you'd be so kind as to like and subscribe. And Jimmy, 1,235 likes on this new environmental experience, on this series, on this classic showdown. And I'll cast another one. And I'll probably do it anyways, because I don't know what else I would do with my life. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you've had a good day so far. And hopefully it's about to get just a little bit better. Already, we see some shenanigans afoot. A pocket base with... Wait. There's a regular Vespene and it's regular and premium, all right? It's not small and medium. Regular and premium Vespene over there. You got that near terrazine. It's not real terrazine. Okay, it's like wasabi on sushi anywhere outside of Japan. Let's be honest here. It's horseradish. Okay, it's not terrazine. It's horseradish. Simmer down, Stepman. Not important. What is important is the theme of this season's map contest is freestyle, which means intentionally none of the maps are supposed to follow your cookie cutter standard. Inevitably, there are some sort of conventions that you can't really break in StarCraft 2, for better or worse. In my opinion, for worse over time, but it's how the game is. Like how the minerals are placed most of the time, the general layout of the bases. But things like adding in a mineral wall and healing shrines, and I don't believe there are any in this map, are things we're very likely going to be seeing throughout this series. But already, the early expansion patterns. If there's a gold base on the map and Dark hasn't taken it by the 10-minute mark, the game has probably already ended. So I'm assuming there are no other gold bases because I don't see any other drones out there. Well, I mean, besides heroes, but I'm not ruling that one out. 5 drones down. Did he actually lose one to the Adept? Dark. The Adepts, if I stand very still, the Overlord cannot see you. Whose voice are you doing? I was trying it out. Well, the Adepts thinking very loudly to try to get those drones there, but at the end of the day, Dark will realize losing only one. He's only at 39. He built a bunch of Zerglings. herO not the most reliable when it comes to keeping units in the wall. And it looks like this is a bit of a tighter wall at the front as well. Based on... Wait, that... You know, I don't think herO was particularly confident in his wall off here, considering that pylon. He may have tested it, or maybe he just... You know, with new maps, it's never clear whether the players have played them and prepared a strategy, or they're just freestyling it and playing it off. And I think with these two, it's somehow both. Down goes an Oracle. He kills 4 drones. There's still 2 Oracles on the field, but there will be no Moracles, at least for a while yet. I do love the color scheme. I think map makers, even though you're not... I could go on and on about maps. And I think one of the most interesting parts of Age of Empires 2, especially Definitive Edition, is kind of the randomly generated, not exactly random, procedurally generated kind of maps that force you to fight over kind of slightly different sets of resources at different times, stuff like that. I think that's super interesting, but unfortunately something that literally just would break StarCraft 2. It also isn't much of a thing in Brood War, though a bit more so because the mechanics are less punishing. But things like Liberators, ranged Liberators, that's most of the list, but Blink Stalkers, Reapers, even to an extent stuff like just basic drops, Nydus Worms. You gotta factor in Swarm Hosts. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see many of those things. The only thing I can rule out is Liberators at this stage. But who knows with Dark? Well, a Blink Stalker timing. There's no way he's gonna mine through it. I'm pretty sure this base just isn't happening, Dark. Yeah, the Stalker's on the other side. Well, this seems pretty obvious in hindsight that this opportunity was here. Dark could come all the way around. He's bringing the Roachling down here. Some of the Stalkers are kind of splitting off, but if he can deny mining from the base, Dark has already expanded to the north side, so it's not like this is everything right now, but he can actually hit. We're just gonna yell at each other over the top of the minerals. The Zerglings also very upset about this, but they can't do much, as they have to go all the way around. And this is making me more and more convinced that this is the first time Dark has played past this point of the map. As taking this back base. Oh no. Well, stop right. Okay. Well, that's one of those things. After the first stage, you just keep running, hope for the best. Meanwhile, herO getting some of his stalkers trapped in. Transfuse is optimistic. Another group of Ravager Ling. herO could blink over the top of the minerals. And indeed he will! He blinks over the top. But he's looking the other way as the corrosive biles land. One of the most awkward possible fights. More corrosive biles. Zergling's coming down. He recalls out, but most of the stalkers will be dead by the time the recall comes off. Apparently the closest base was the one to the north. So at the end of the day, it's, okay, 12 stalkers, but a whole bunch of drones. Wait, did Dark keep the, oh my god, the hatchery lived. Might as well just put the base on the outside here too, why not? We've got a hive on the way. A lurker den. This is one of those games you're just going to have to keep up with the production tab. Because, well, a Dark, of course, the classic hive, lurker den, hydra den into roach speed timing. Yeah, for real, Dark. Robotics, second robotics facility. Robotics Bay. 1-1 finishing for herO. Revelation spots pretty much the entire Zerg army. Looks like herO kind of trying to wall off this side over here. Over to the right flank. It's 4 bases to 4 bases, and I'm going to put some strong asterisks on that. As Dark currently has a hatchery that the oracles could easily burn down. Looks like he built one more. I think the oracles may have realized that. Meanwhile, some charge launch in towards the 4th base to the north. There's no real anti-air to deal with the oracles. He wanders into the queens, ends up losing one of the oracles. All the zealots are dead. He didn't really lose very many Zerglings. herO being a bit wasteful with his units, and that's being somewhat generous in the description. At the same time, though, how many gates? 8 gates, 2 robos. He's still got the Stargate, of course. A whole bunch of Hydras on the way. I believe that was a Zergling. Or was it a critter? Either way. Meanwhile, Zergling just chilling over on the other side. He knows about the gold. Dark is not in position to defend this, though he does have lurkers. So the lurkers are going to make it that much harder. The stalkers, he's so close to just killing the base, but is it even worth it at this point? Just some zealots inside here. Hydra's in position. He's just gonna go for the hatch. The zealots. herO! herO! He's warping it more. He now just spent 400 minerals on this. He gets, well, if he gets out with the prism, okay, maybe. But meanwhile, a lurker on the other side. And there goes the prism. Oh, herO. What have you done? Dark. Not quite out of range there. Stalkers blink over the top of both gold bases now. We've got a fleet beacon on the way, another Stargate, 2 Colossi at a time, extended thermal lance is done, plus 2 ranged attack. There's a base down here. But Dark has quite an army. herO with 3 Colossi, though. Going to make things quite difficult for Dark on the ground. He needs either Vipers or to get those lurkers into position, but loses a couple to the Blink Stalkers. They gotta be very careful. Those lurkers do terrible damage. There's no detection on most of those lurkers. And he flies another oracle by. Meanwhile, the stalkers, oh my god, the lurkers do so much damage. Dark finds a position on the high ground here. We got Corruptors on the way. Oracle slaps a revelation. Lurkers and Colossi have about the same range here. So, you can't really outmaneuver with him, but he's trying. He's trying to minimize it while he pony trots back. Roasting a few more of the Zerglings, and Dark is not reinforcing this with much. herO doesn't have too many other options for expansions, it looks like, on the minimap. Yeah, Dark hitting the north side. Wait, has herO mined through? Indeed he has. And that means Dark has an opportunity to actually break through on the north side. Shield battery overcharge is going to help a bit, but the lurkers are already there. There's no detection. Does he see it? Here comes the observer. Meanwhile, lurkers already broken through the base to the south, cleaned up at the north. Dark, though, starting to slice away at herO's bases. Dark doesn't have a huge economy himself. He hasn't really been focused on that so much as putting together an army that can actually keep herO at bay. And he's done so quite dramatically here. The Colossi are still intact, though. The Nexus, he slices right through those Stalkers. You can't body block those. Meanwhile, a big group of Zealots, I believe? Yes. Zealots will be driven back by whatever's left at home. The Lurkers trying to escape. They're not going to succeed. Dark at 150 supply. herO tried to expand up here. Dark says, oh, wait a sec. I'll take it. He's back to mining from the gold. herO still is as well. Are those patches smaller? It looks like these smaller patches are to the north, which opens up that opportunity. You got to be a little careful about that. Of course, usually opening up the mineral wall makes it easier to defend. Apparently that bridge you could just walk over. Yeah, it doesn't seem very safe, but I'm not sure workplace safety is a high priority when it comes to StarCraft 2 battles. Alright, so both players, I think, had to take a minute or two and kind of figure out exactly what's going on. I think if you asked both players right now who's winning, neither would be able to give you a confident answer, but Dark would definitely say himself anyways. Now, if you ask me, and thank you for asking, gotta fix up that bridge. There was a map at one point, I don't know if it was in Team Liquid map contest or where you could, like, activate by standing on a thing, a, like, light bridge. And if it wasn't up, then units couldn't cross, something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking of PlanetSide, or maybe it's both. Either way, interesting concept, but you gotta be careful about the execution. Neither of that's relevant here, it's just a really broken down looking bridge. Alright, as long as nothing particularly heavy, like an Immortal or your mother walks across it, then it'll probably be fine. Meanwhile, well, who's winning? We were getting back to that. herO has carriers, but Dark has map control. So, I favor herO's position. Does he have Storm? No, but he does have a lot of Archons and good upgrades. Those carriers are already out. Dark does not have any Infestors. His anti-air is Vipers and a handful of Hydras. I don't think he's realized the extent of the carriers yet. And by the time he does, it may be too late. Yeah, 11 Hydras, 2 Vipers, like, that's not enough. It's not even close to enough, actually. If herO realizes that, well, here comes a Colossus. The Colossi is still hurting some of the Hydras here. But yeah, there's not. He gets one carrier, but the army just... Well, Dark is rebuilding. Just Hydras. Where's the detection? He didn't deal with all the lurkers there. Disruptor fires off a shot. Point blank, he tries to curve it back. Taken out. Nice micro by Dark. Meanwhile, the Hydras are microing back, just trying to deal with the interceptors. Somehow Dark's supply is still massive here. herO is getting whittled down. He warps in another round. The Viper just wanders into the fray. Doesn't get any more spells off, but the Hydras are disjointed. The lurkers at the back. He's trying to target the carriers themselves, but there's just no answer. A mothership is in production. It has been for a while, as it usually is. Meanwhile, the Hydras in the main will snipe off the Prism. Not again, herO! But Dark is supply blocked. Spore Crawler underneath, actually doing some hull damage to the carrier. He may need to consider recalling. It's already too late. He's just gonna fight. The carriers will... well... He's down to 2 carriers, but I think the carrier momentum may carry him to victory. As despite all the units and the amount of supply Dark was able to put on the field, he just didn't have enough anti-air to sweep the carriers away. And the carriers just grind through everything else. And a mothership has arrived. Quite inexpensive. He's got 3 observers, 6 High Templar, and a mothership at a base that is within yelling distance of Dark. Why are these carriers still here, herO? Well, and kill off. So, losing... And then he recalls 1 carrier. So that may very well... That carrier has 15 kills, but... Losing that extra carrier and using the recall may very well put Dark in a playable position again. As 3 carriers... Storm is on the way. A topsy-turvy game. herO has eventually made his way to Skytoss, but he has barely any meat with his potatoes here. The potatoes being carriers. He only has a couple Archons, an Immortal. The Spore Crawler's caught crawling across the open field. Fighting into this location, there is 1 lurker back there. Dark going into something of a base trade. A recall? He recalls the army. There are storms. Well, the Templar are on the other side of things, the lurkers. Why does this all... You guys, come on. What are you doing? How does this keep happening? The storms are hitting everything. Well, here comes the mothership back around. Active cloaking. So there's no detection. 26 probes have died, which puts herO in a precarious place economically, but Dark is still playing carriers. Oh, the lurker burrows. It's gonna kill some more probes. herO, no! Oh my god! Holy no, it's just when you think one of them has an advantage. It's like we're watching... It's like they're both trying to lose. Dark keeps building just Hydras, just assuming he wouldn't build any more carriers. Whereas herO is finding creative ways to lose an absolutely obscene amount of probes. It's that 1 lurker with Dark. He's always looking the other way. I wonder if Dark noticed the rich Vespene geyser here. So the rich Vespene geyser doesn't mine more, but it mines twice as quickly, so... Might even be worth long distance mining, to be honest. So now what? Now what's happening? What are the armies? Oh my god, you guys. I can't handle this. Alright. The blood pressure is too high. Meanwhile, the carrier count. There's a few Templar at the back. He goes for it with the storms. They're pretty good. Actually, no, the Hydras wander through. Here comes some more storms. Feedback's amazing. And... well, herO just kind of wins. No more drama, no more excitement. herO just wins now. The storms finally land. The feedbacks are there. Dark says GG. Somehow hitting both a lower and uppercase G just to make it extra confusing. And that means herO will take game number 1. Oh my god. So I'm pretty convinced neither player really played that map before. And that definitely added an extra twist to the usual drama. The quirky experience that is herO versus Dark, which has a metagame of its own. add in a map that neither player is quite confident what they're doing, and, well, here we are. Going into game 2 with herO in a 1... Is that... Dark found a gold base! Does 4 out of 6 mineral... Wait, there are only 6 mineral patches? I think those are small golds. But they are near the base. So that should mine about the same amount as a normal base. With less. Meanwhile... Oh, yes, yes. We're on Atlantis. Oh, there's better be an underwater. If you make a map called Atlantis and units aren't floating up to the surface, then you know what I'm just turning it off. All right. Tell Jimmy to pull the plug. Dark, a little early on the drone transfer, but close enough. He found a gold base and he's gonna mine from it. I'm not saying he's a gold digger. Okay, but I'm saying that when it comes to Zerg economics, he certainly favors a rich mineral-based strategy in order to maximize his early returns. Just like I favor a early promotion strategy in order to maximize my algorithmic positivity. So what I'm trying to say is, subscribe today. Oh, God. That was on a scale of like if we're going from we look at like a rainbow, like ultraviolet to infrared. I would put that one at a chartreuse. There. That was a code chartreuse game. What does that mean? I don't know. What was that game? I also don't know, so that puts it in the same category. herO did win, though. Eventually, carriers win, so at least that part made sense. The Overlord, is that a pervert pillar? Yes. Where'd he go? Nobody knows. Oracle's about to come out, though. Adept Shade's back. Past? So... How much are these mineral walls? 5. So... There are small mineral walls and a couple sets of rocks. With a backdoor passage into the main. And then past that, a relatively standard look to the expansions. We're looking around, any healing shrines, any sort of crazy bases. Is that a slow zone? I think that's a healing shrine. I believe it is. Indeed. But also a slow zone in it, which, you know, makes sense. I believe, I'm not 100%, we'll have to see if either player. There is I'd say a probably 50-50 chance that either Dark or herO actually checked to see what any of the new features of the maps were. Well, Oracle's come in, gonna get those 2 drones, and then take critical, nearly deadly damage, but totally worth it, because now those drones are very scared, and those Oracles still have several HPs. That's that's high up on my list of pet peeves, which is... I couldn't count them, but it'd be high up there. Is going in, killing less than 4 drones per Oracle, I might add. And then now you just have these Oracles at like 4 HP. Like 6 Queen Needles away from dying at all times. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to kill 3 drones? Is it worth it, herO? I think not. Then again, that is probably a pretty common statement when watching herO as well. herO. Well, at least he still has 1 Oracle. Shame he doesn't have more than 1, isn't it, herO? Oh my god, almost loses the other. The probe. Alright, moving on. Just, don't mind me. Did Dark notice the probe? Either way, a whole bunch of Zerglings on the way across the map. He's gonna have +1 melee. What does herO have? He has 1 Oracle. There are 7 Banelings in production. Looks like herO wants to do some sort of blink pressure, but Dark has enough Zerglings to maul his face off. So, yeah, built another Oracle. A whole bunch of oh god, not again. Not again. Oh no, here we go again. herO already recalled. He can't come back. He can't recall. He had to recall those first Stalkers and an Oracle. So now here we go. herO's now supply blocked because obviously he lost his Nexus. Trying to use this pylon as something of a choke point here. The Oracles are coming up, but that's so many Zerglings. They got +1. That's too many Lings right there. And he didn't even kill the base, by the way. Well, this is going to be a bit of an unceremonious game, I think. As the Oracles will actually save the remaining Stalkers temper. The healing! Go to the healing shrine! It has the little icon! It doesn't work for air. I'm pretty sure it only works for ground. That's like a balance thing. Alright, so more Stalkers come up. The Zerglings, more than happy to pin them between a rock and a hard place. Dark, somehow, as is customary, Dark has more bases. He's got great map control and somehow way less workers. herO this time, he lost the base, but he got all the probes out. So he's chilling with 57 to 49 workers. Dark is getting a Hive. 50 drone Hive. Hey, got a gold base, remember, so. How does this game continue? What is wrong with you guys? My god. Bronze, League, arguably best players in Korea. Well, the game will continue because Dark stopped caring about how many Zerglings he lost to kill every Stalker. In fact, oh well, he's like, well, just build more. And indeed he did. Is recall still on cooldown or? Oh, well. Another disaster piece of a game. But this one a little more concise. As Dark just exploits every opportunity. He takes advantage of herO's lackadaisical micro. And he holds down the Z key until success is attained. So now we go to Sacred Isle. One of my personally favorite maps, just because I'm a sucker for the sort of look. But what look is that? Jimmy. Jimmy! Well, it's got that split tile set look, where one side of the map has a bit of a different... You can immediately tell which side you're looking at. Even if you are mini-map challenged, like I assume the vast majority of you out there. Also, it is one of the more dramatically different layouts, with mineral walls blocking in the natural, a pocket base that, as is customary, has less mineral patches and only one gas geyser, but still a pocket base. This map screams swarm hosts, almost as loud as a Nydus swarm does. So if it goes past like 6, if we get to a lair and not go swarm host, I feel like Dark is doing it on purpose. Because this is one of the most obvious swarm host maps I've ever seen. We've even got the most dramatic, this is like rolling out the Zelnaga Memorial for Reapers here. This is the most fancy Reaper cliff I have ever seen. And the fact that Reapers get their own little cliff, but oh my god. Well, also a side effect of this is I think you can wall it off with a pylon. So, even though it looks very fancy, it's also to potentially prevent scouting. At some cost. Looks like these are jump locations as... Well, I'm not 100%. There's no Reapers here to test it. Alright, not until we get our Raptorlings. Looks like Dark was forced to take the... Wait, is there gold minerals? Has Dark... Okay, I don't believe there are any gold minerals besides the mineral walls. It's going to be a Stargate. Not the least bit surprising. I never even noticed on that last map whether it was a water map or not. I forget whether I'm supposed to be upset or not. I'm just gonna assume yes. Oh, fancy Protoss stuff over there. I like looking at all the little doodads. All these maps are beautiful. Void Ray first, by the way. Possibly inspired by the map itself. Got some Wulas back here, or Bubulas rather. Bubulas are, of course, the slow zones. I never... Did they get a new look? Or did they always look like that, is what I'm wondering. As I never really noticed the kind of icon before. It was just kind of an aura that was there. That might be... What is happening in there? Are they... We got moopies down there dancing. But why are they in a cage? You know what? We don't have time for this today. Void Ray on the way across the map. There are some Wulas, the speed zones, the opposite of the slow zones, in the center of the map. So could potentially expedite any engagements there. Oh, even a different look for the fancy little Reaper jump on this side. This is the Terran Industrial Waste Plant, whereas the other side is the Zelnaga Memorial. Ah, yes. 2 drone kills, and gets out. This time, not suffering near critical damage, at least, so improvement. Lair is on the way. Dark, are you thinking what I'm thinking? That's a Nydus. Oh, he's just gonna skip to the Nydus part. Okay. We're not even gonna bother. This is the most obvious play on a map like this. A pocket base. But that doesn't make it less good. As, well, the Nydus is gonna be spotted. Meanwhile, the Oracle's still... they get out. Oracle's a great tool. Void Ray is looking specifically for the Overlord. Overlord is looking to move out while they can. Does he slap it down in there anyways? No, he's just not gonna bother. Dark's never been one to be committed to some sort of low percentage strategy. He knows that Nydus is still strong even outside the base. And here we go. We've arrived! Brenda, hurry up! Everybody out! Let's go! Why are you yelling? I was inspired by the Nydus. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, Dark is doing... I blacked out for a second. A second Nydus. He's gonna do a Nydus spine push. Which certainly is an extra wrinkle here. The Queen's battling at the front. And there's not really that many units to deal with it. The Oracle's burning through some of the drones. Dark doesn't have much economy at all here. And he's losing even more by the second. Yeah, he's down 10 drones. Here come the spines. It feels a little late to be doing a spine crawler push, but there are plenty of queens. And shield battery overcharge to try to keep the cyber core intact. Hero might want to rebuild that anyways here. And, well, the wall will be broken, but there's a lot behind it. A whole lot of banelings. Triggers a stasis. Another stasis on the way. The cyber core is down. Hero, the spine crawlers are breaching the wall. There is that one stasis. He gets it. Force field's good. Breaks through the pylons. Oh, but he's in the mineral line. And he tries to body block. Well, he gets through the batteries. Dark is bashing his way through. The spine crawlers are doing a lot of damage, but the stalker count, I think, is just too damn high. I appreciate the attempt. It would have been great to bring some swarm hosts along. There's just not nearly enough here for Dark. It's not going to work out. Hero will hold. Right? herO. Yeah, shield battery overcharge. He's got plus when he's got blank. And he's got the game. herO will go up 2-1. GG. Well, that was certainly something. Not sure a bit optimistic, I think, from Dark. Especially after it got scouted. Really reduced the likelihood of a spine crawler push working. But still, points for effort. Not literally, because of course, we don't reward effort. We reward winning the game, no matter how it's done. Going into Sulfur, which I will say, not as beautiful, this map. You'll see what I mean momentarily. Got that nice, dingy waiting room look to it here. I mean, it is called Sulfur, so I didn't expect it, essentially paradise. Dark found a gold base! So, are there any more out there? This one also has a bit of a split. Wait, does it have a split in the bases? No. It is, symmetrical, but I do like the little details on it. Wait, what do we got there? Little armory rack. Anyway, so Dark found... There's also a base that is walled off by a watchtower. So not effectively an island base next to this as well. I don't know if we're going to make it to... Oh, what the... Ah, yes. The Moopy dancing with the marine helmets. Thankfully, we've wiped out the Terrans and only the superior races remain. Oh my. It's pretty hardcore. Wait, what's in there? Is that Jim Raynor? That looks like the Jim Raynor model. Maybe it's just a civilian or a ghost or something. What is going on? Oh, wait. Yeah, it's just a ghost. Alright, keep him in there. I agree with this decision. Anyways, the gold base has been spotted. So, what are you gonna do about it, says Dark. Wait, what was in this? Uh-oh. Zerglings come out. There isn't any sort of wall off here, so the adepts won't get free kills. It looks like this... It does wall? It doesn't look like a wall. Especially when the probe just... The Zerglings just walk in, so that's definitely... Well... herO. The probe just... out of position. More! And, alright, here comes some more. And, yeah, it's an open borders policy here for herO. Since the Protoss never invented doors. They stopped at gates and called it a day. Well. This certainly looks like a lot of games on a new map pool, doesn't it? Where, sometimes you just kind of die. Thing is, though, it's not like he came in through a weird angle. The door was... There was just nothing there. The probe was 2 feet away. Just a conscientious objector there. Said, no, that's not my problem. Jeremy. Well, for what seems like every game this series, but once again, Dark has less workers, but kind of an awkwardly strong position. Well, the Adept Shade in. We'll get 3 drones. 4. Dark spamming Zerg. Somehow a Zergling is in the main base. It seems to be a uncomfortably regular occurrence. What is going on back there? We get another... Almost. Immortal comes up. A bit of overkill. There's no kill like overkill. Disruptor drop will be the choice. Queen scattered throughout the map. Dark is taking a third at his natural. Can he get the Zealot out of position? All right. Is there a Bane nest? Disruptor's about to pop out. Adepts looking for more drone kills. We'll find them. Dark's economy is pretty terrible right now. He does have the gold, which kind of keeps things going. Overlord? I believe that's a... He's not taking advantage of the pervert pillar there. Oh, Stalker gets a bit distracted. Overlord gets away. Wait a second. There's a mineral field back here. A mineral wall that unlocks a base, which is also unlocked by this debris. So, several steps on this map to get through. The double Ruptor drop, the double barrel shotgun here is loaded up. From herO. Will he just go for the queens? He's gonna go for the drones. This is awkward. He fires off a shot, pulls it back. Well, that was, very unfortunate for that queen in particular. But definitely could have been much worse. I think here we're gonna realize this little platform base exists. Oh no, herO. At least the Immortal found a little pocket there. Might need to recall the prism. He's gonna come in for another round. Colossus shows up, Disruptor shot, gets a few drones. Well, now there are Phoenixes on the way. Melee attacks, level 1 is complete. So, Colossus Phoenix. And Dark is just gonna go with the Bane bust again. The Disruptors have not been... Well, here they got another opportunity here. 3 drones. Another absolutely confounding game, but another Bane bust out of Dark. He's just going right through. Meanwhile, the Banelings slip through the gap. And the mineral line is completely exposed! herO! Oh no! 21 probes, and now he's got Phoenixes! You gotta be careful! If you can... No! Okay, so when they exploded the air, it splashes all over the ground. I apologize for my outburst, but the burst in the air could have, well, knocked out the rest of the probes. Meanwhile, he's gonna try to kill a Colossus with Zerglings, and he may very well succeed. That Zealot, but the Zerglings are slipping around the corners, getting onto its ankles, brings it low, and Dark seems to somehow be beating Colossi and Phoenixes with Ling Bane. As herO, there's no wall. Dark is looking to surround the Colossus with Zerglings, which is something you put on the back of the StarCraft 2 box and not something you actually do in the game. There is no lair. Dark only had 35 drones, picks up and put her down! All right, I can't even believe you can lift her after all the weight she's put on. Karen! We'll talk about this later. Meanwhile, oh, Banelings. And again, herO. Shield battery overcharge. He's trying to he just goes for the battery. I guess that's one way to do it. Disruptor, watch out! It gets the Immortal. The Disruptor, dangerous to everyone involved. The Zerglings, there's nothing to kill. All the probes are dead. Oh my god. Oh, the Zerglings chasing the Colossus. But the probes. Oh, the probes. 39 kill Colossus. What is going on? This is madness. No. This is Dark versus herO on every day of the week. Meanwhile, the main base, he's losing... Well, he's got a warp prism. I think he... Is that the same... Did he lose a prism? He lost at least one. That's a new prism. Well, there goes a Nexus. The fact that any amount of Colossi have died is a bit embarrassing. The Phoenix is coming across the map again. He keeps bringing them back, thinking maybe they'll do something this time, but nope. The queen count is more than high enough. At this point, I think you could just march the queens across the map. Gonna try to transfuses a drone, which costs the same amount of energy as the lift, so... The queens have to walk all the way around, whereas the phoenixes... No. herO. Oh, is way too tired for this. It appears Dark has managed to counter Colossus Phoenix with Zerglings. Obviously, there are a few asterisks there, but really the Banelings did a lot of the work. But they're not around to write the history books, alright? Not sure how Zerglings are, but they're still here at least. How many has he lost? He's lost 150 Zerglings. He's only lost 4 units, whereas herO has lost essentially an entire variety pack. He's lost over half the units in the Protoss army he's managed to build and lose. And oh my, I can't believe it, but yet again, Dark hits the front. Disruptor, where are you going with that? Kills 2 Zerglings. Meanwhile, gonna try to juggle the Colossus and chase... He's trying to chase down the Zerglings with the Colossus drop. Dark will admit that maybe at some point he needs something that isn't Queenling Bane, and throws a few roaches into the mix. He did finish a lair. herO's army is still pretty scary, but unless... Oh my god, he's just... We're all tied up. We're going to game 5. Of course we are. Oh my god, what a beautiful disaster of a series. It will all be decided here. An anomaly found. Okay, this map definitely has healing shrines. Will it be relevant? Will there be a gold base? I'm sure we're about to find out. All right, Jimmy. Jimmy! Game 5. Anomaly found. Just beautiful contrast on this map. I love it. Definitely a different vibe. Well, here we are. Oh my. Oh, I love the look. I've played on this against viewers, but with the spectator interface and everything, I really do like it. Definitely did. We haven't seen many maps this kind of color palette, I guess. Like the teal, sort of greenish, just like an alien jungle. Are those rocks half dead? Is that intentional? Yeah. Interesting idea to have the. I mean, why not? And there are healing shrines. They do have air blockers, so we'll see if those healing shrines end up being relevant. I like the little lighting on the gas gassers there as well. But once again, these two go in the distance. If I hadn't seen essentially every match they've ever played, I would say they're planning this out. But that would take way too much effort from these two. It's just, they have equal and opposite amounts of, like, respect for both each other and the meta. I do truly think that they come into these series just looking to play, not necessarily looking to win. As they are teammates, they've played against each other literally hundreds of times. Add in the new maps as well. Oh my. Round and round we go. That was one of the more herO games. That last game I don't think you'd ever see between two other top players. Both Dark just staying on mass Zergling and actually making it work. Just ridiculous. A depth shade. Dark expanded out towards the center first. Not even sure he was blocked, or maybe he just wanted to expand there. There is a rich Vespine base, but no gold base that I've seen, so. herO just takes his third out there. The Zerglings, oh my god. The Stalker scrambling to get away as the Zerglings try to protect the Overlord, but... Roach morning. Couple more gas gases on the way. Some crazy plants. Oracles making their way towards the main. Well, Crawler finishes 3 drones and takes the obligatory over half his HP on the Oracle. Gonna go hide in the tree plants in the lightning storm. Doesn't seem very safe. What if that lightning action... Oh, no. I think he expanded forward for a Oh, God. Not again. Not again. Here we go again. Brenda, what? Is this water? Can we swim? I know we can't fly. I don't... Well, the queens getting their feet wet here as they trudge across. Dark just doing a good old-fashioned queen pull. The adepts are coming back home. Adept shading up towards the third base as Dark is just going to try to break it here. He's got Hero has a lot of adepts, but Dark is just going to circumvent the third and go straight for the natural. There are no transfuses. He's far off the creep right here. And without it, well, decides to just fight into the third. Shield battery overcharge drawn out. Dark is down 20 workers. He does need to make something happen here. The queens are there to make sure those oracles can't just get the damage done. Target's down another queen. Working through their shield batteries. Gets the one with the highest energy. There's still one in the back. The queen zoning out the oracles, but more go. Oh no, herO! Feel like we need just like a soundboard line for that. As the Zerglings get in, but Dark chooses not to head towards the main, but instead focus on the main army. Does he have enough oracles? But the corrosive bio actually hits. He clears up the queens, and now the oracles have free reign, at least until they run out of energy. He sprays, he prays, and he works his way through the natural. And the oracles are starting to run low. Why are the adepts here? The Immortal about to complete, but Dark is starting to run out of units. He might be able to get this pylon, but I don't even think that depowers the robo. And suddenly Dark, down 20 workers. He goes for the Zergling all in again. But for once, herO is able to stop it. And he holds with 55 probes to 34 drones. It's bad, but I'm not sure Dark knows exactly how bad it is. There's still foracles on the field. There's still enough adepts to kill these Zerglings. This has been an utter failure. This is one of those games that herO might not even know how ahead he is. He's getting +1 air weapons, which is certainly a choice. I guess he could kind of troll Dark by... Oh my god, what? No, like, this is one of the... In my opinion, this is one of the only ways to throw this game. Is to try to tech all the way up into either carriers or I'm gonna go with Tempest. I think this is Tempest. As carriers seem like a reach even for herO. But he started this series with mass carriers just overwhelming Dark's lack of commitment to anti-air. There are 5 oracles on the field. And it would be somewhat poetic to end it that way as well. Carrier in production. Dark is chilled on 3 bases. He's managed to bounce back economically. He's got the drone count, but herO's a 4th. herO's already built up his infrastructure. He's got a fleet beacon. He's got +1 on the way. Don't be surprised if he goes for a mothership. I don't think Dark's, like, this is a massive commitment, but he had plenty of space to work with. Dark is making Roach Ravager. He's just expecting an Immortal sort of gateway timing, I think. And his best chance is to crush it with Ravager Zergling. But unfortunately for Dark, that timing is not happening. It's just carriers. Oh my god. Stutter stepping down, and he doesn't even cancel. A Spire on the way. The Queens might... Oh. The Queen's actually getting kind of close to killing some of the Oracles. The Spire may actually end up being the saving grace for Dark. I don't know, he's so far behind. It's so bad. An Observer with the Oracles. Well, we'll see. He has so much money in the bank. Dark could make 17 mutas potentially. Where is that Spire? He put it in the middle of everything, and herO hasn't seen it. I don't know what he'd do if he did. But has Dark spotted the carriers? I think he's got an idea. There's +1 flyer. He builds the Corruptors. So Dark, he's making the perfect call, and herO does not know about it. There is no blink. There are no Archons. herO has allowed Dark to live. After that absolute disaster of an attack. But in the end, will it even matter? As Mass Corruptor could, like, yes, it will matter. Because there will be enough Corruptors to sweep these carriers out of the sky. Which Dark knows herO so well. Here are the Corruptors. They're hiding. They're waiting for their moment. Does herO recall immediately on seeing them? No. It's already too late then. He's losing the... He goes. Does he lose 2? Oh no! If he lost 2? Wow. He doesn't quite get him, but herO's maxed out. He's building Void Rays now. He's gonna lose all his Oracles, which, you know, probably could have had a revelation about that. Don't know what he expected with the Oracles sticking around for all that. But, like, you let him live! You can't let him live! Dark will slither his way out. Oh my god. He's like a Star Wars villain. Okay, somehow Dark returned. And, well, the dark side is a dangerous one. Well, the Adepts... There's still so much leeway here for herO. He's got +3 flyer attack on the way. Without Infestors and Vipers, it's almost impossible to deal with a brute force Skytoss army. But Dark is maxed out. Something I didn't think I'd see in this game. Flux Veins is done for the Void Ray. There is a stasis. 1 second away from timing out. He's going to deny +2 ground weapons. Is there Storm? No. No Storm. Time Warp. And Active Cloak. He gets the only detection. Goes for the Mothership. A lot of damage being taken. Dark. It's bad. It's really bad. It was a rough fight for Dark. Dark underestimating the damage output of that Skytoss army. He kind of needs Corruptors. I mean, not Corruptors. He has Corruptors. Infestors. It is +2 in the air. Oh, he didn't. Did he either cancel it or... I'm not sure, but he never got that +3 air weapons. Meanwhile, the Void Rays trying to fight. The Roach Ravager is zoning out the Archons. Dark is handling this about as well as you ever could. Fluxfane's Void Rays. Corrosive Bile knocks down the Prism, but just before it, the Charge Lots finish warping in. More Void Rays, but the Charge Lots are going to be enough. He knocks out the carriers, but, well, the Roach Ravager is holding on. And Dark, herO, you can't let him live. This is what happens. You've made a huge mistake. herO is still in a perfectly good position, but Dark, if he starts building Infestors, I got bad feelings for herO. Dark down 20 workers, a significant amount of tech, several bases, still manages to clamber his way back in. I don't think either player has acknowledged the Healing Shrine's existence. The Charge Lance. Roach Ravager coming up. No Storm. A Storm on the way now, but the Charge Lots are making things difficult. The drones on the run. Is he gonna get this base? No. Here come the Queens again. Look who's back. And the Corruptor's getting involved. Corrosive Bile's actually missed the base. And herO's battered back down to 4 bases. Oh no. Well, the Charge Lots are still... Oh, some devastating Category 5 storms. Just ripping through the Roach Ravager. Will force Dark to retreat, and he loses a base meanwhile as well. But herO, the mining is... Uh-oh. Wait, what? Did Dark... Oh, the reason Dark didn't build Infestors is because he didn't have an infestation pit, because he's been on Lair Tech this entire time. Oh my god. Well, that means herO still has a bit of runway here, because Dark has focused entirely on winning these fights, and he has won the fights. But the war is still in doubt. It's still so hard to deal with this army. But it gets a little easier if you're able to use the army against itself. I'm surprised we don't see Neural Parasite researched immediately upon those Infestors. Yep, there it is. And that is the best case scenario for Dark. He is borrowing some of those Protoss units, which are pretty strong, as he's noticed. Now the Roach Ravager. Infestor's about to pop out. Neural Parasite's still about a minute out. herO doesn't want to give him the time of day. The Infestors. Fungal could be very helpful as well when combined with the Corrosive Bile. Burrow. There's about a minute from Dark getting all his tools here. Gonna lose a base, though. Corrosive Bile. Fungal. Wombo combo. Not quite able to land it. Meanwhile, the Charge Lots get into the base. Oh, and the Infestors. Good Fungals. They keep it together. Still a difficult position for sure. Both sides struggling to make too much progress. Another storm, softening things up. Queens starting to fall. Anti-air lacking here. Corrosive Bile is most of it. 16 drones down, but Dark. Where's his anti-air? Oh no. He dragged it all the way back. He drove herO away from the cliff, but eventually herO was able to shove him back over with the carriers. What a series. Beautiful maps, crazy games, maddening strategies, but hopefully something that made your day a little bit better. Dark versus herO delivers whatever that was again. Thank you to Wardi. Thank you for watching the Team Liquid map contest. Which was your favorite of the new battlefields? Whatever that definition is. It's up to you. But thank you for watching. If you got the means of motivation, it'd be awesome to check out Patreon. But otherwise, I hear liking and subscribing is still free for now. Or check it out recommended over on that sidebar over there, or wherever you're watching. It depends. It's very helpful. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Good luck, have fun. Stay chill.